Hi friends, welcome back to Aditya RPA from Bangalore. We are continuing to work with real-time issues and interview questions in Prism RPA. If you really like this video, please like it and subscribe it. And then you please refer to your friends. Thank you. In here we are going to discuss one issue, application behaves differently when automated. Means while you are working manually, it may looks like in one way, and when you automate the application, it may appears in different way. You see what are the reasons, usually what kind of issues we can find out regarding the application. So when the application is automated, it behaves differently than when it is used manually, and the difference is it doesn't work in the same way. Maybe it looks different, becomes unresponsive, doesn't launch properly, or even crash with or without any error message. We'll see the reason for cause. And application user interface are built on the assumption that the user is so human and is not like a robot. And so the way in which the robot integrates with the application can cause unexpected issues. Example, an application may listen for input via keyboard and contain validation logic that is based on whether the user input has been detected. The Blue Prism write stage doesn't use the keyboard, and as such its input can go undetected by the application. An example of this, this may be where the application displays a message saying please enter a valid username. So despite the username field appearing to be populated, the application thinks the field is empty because it has not heard about any user input. And another example is it might be where the application goes into an unresponsive state when the robot performs a particular action, for example on closing a window. So this could be because of because the robot is closing the window in a way that the application is not expecting and cannot deal with that. The Blue Prism navigate stage is able to send a close command and to a window element in a way that the human user cannot. If the application is expecting the user to close the window by pressing a button, then it's possible the application is is not able to cope with what the navigate stage is doing. And the speed at which, if you observe, we have designed one board in earlier videos. So if you observe that the speed in which the automation is driving the application can also be a factor, because the object studio is in Blue Prism working in a slow motion. Even when the running speed is on fast, in real terms it's still slow. Once the automation runs from control room, the execution speed is vastly increased, and sometimes an application can become overwhelmed. And if you observe let us say if you run the process in either in process studio or object studio for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whereas it can if you run the same process in control room, then it will finish very fast compared with on process studio. And again, so we may need to make so here we may need to make the robot a more human. If an application does not launch from the object in the same way that does manually, then there is a good chance that the startup parameters in application model are not quite right. Often shortcuts contain more than just a path to an application's executable file. Perhaps there are command line switches involved, references to configuration or initialization files, or maybe the applications start in folder must have particular value. Okay, please stay with us for more information regarding real-time issues and interview questions. Thank you for watching.